And welcome to the KTLA News at 6. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Brandi Hitt. We begin tonight with that breaking news. The president and the nation's lawmakers have reportedly reached a deal to raise the country's debt ceiling.
Yeah, tonight the president addressed the nation about 20 minutes ago. David Begnaud live. David, he's talking about a bipartisan committee that's going to be meeting and trying to make some tough decisions by November. I would have to think in a couple of weeks, this thing's going to start all over again.
Well, indeed, look.
That matter. And so when these votes come down, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where they end up on the table.
Well, no new taxes, but the president says he still wants those taxes.
Indeed, and the vote must happen before.
Thank you so much.
All right, changing gears now to an athletic competition like no other. The deal is you go big or you go home, and a lot of times you go home injured.
Oh, definitely. This is the final day of the 2011 Summer X Games, and fans right here in L.A., they've been following every move. Dave Meekum joins us live from L.A. Now to this. There was a dramatic horse rescue in the Norco area, and Anna only saw the threat of lightning storms, but also, could you believe it, there was rain this morning here in Southern California.
Yeah, Jim Castillo, just like you said.
And soon learn the fate of those two American hikers who have been charged with spying in Iran. Today's health report, scientists say they have discovered a flu super antibody that can fight all types of the influenza A virus. Researchers say I will be doing a lot of chewing at dinner tonight.
Yeah, I don't think they get full. I think their jaw gets tired.
I was going to say you need a little medication probably for that in the end, huh?
Yeah, I think so. All right, August in Southern California and rain do not go together.
Yeah, this is a surprise, Jim, or were we expecting this?
You think Civil War, you don't think California.
No, but it's nice to see them bringing it out here just like, because otherwise we'd have to travel back to the East Coast. That just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, California, part of the Union Army, by the way. All right, Southern California church choirs are getting their musical affairs in order to compete in this year's Verizon's How Sweet the Sound competition. The first round happening in downtown Los Angeles, Saturday, October 1st.
So what does it take to win this? Well, Gil Anderson's Sunday Gospel Report features one of these choirs.
All right, moving on. Shot with a BB gun during a live report.
Coming up, we're going to show you the reporter, a local reporter, and how she reacted as this happened. Also, Olga has this.
Breaking news at this hour, the nation's lawmakers have reportedly reached a deal to avoid defaulting on the U.S. debt.
But this is not a done deal just yet. Final votes by both parties still need to take place. Within the hour, President Obama addressed the difficult negotiations, and KTLA's David Begnaud is going to be live in the newsroom in just one moment with an update. We do know that Speaker
John
Boehner has addressed it, that there's still some wiggle room. They still need to get the votes. And we also heard from Nancy Pelosi moments ago. David Begnaud, you're in the newsroom now with pretty much whatever.
The day that maybe this was done, we get rain here in California.
We did, yeah, and we knew that it was coming, but boy, check out these downpours in Hesperia.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. A local TV reporter has been released from the hospital after she was shot in the hand by a BB gun pellet during her live report. KABC's Leanne Suter was in Fontana reporting on the weather, and you can actually hear her struggle but still push through her report right when it happened. Well, apparently it wasn't a bad weekend to go, or at least in the morning, to go check a movie. You could miss all the rain and get out from underneath it.
If the theater was open on a Sunday morning, that's what you could do.
It was a little bit wet out there, Jim Castillo.
Okay, it's not the Angels' job to help Verlander get his no-hitter.
They're down 3-0. You're trying to get a guy on base. That's
I totally agree.
Job.
And he got on base. And look what happened. They won the game. End of argument.
There
right?
Well, Tigers held on to win the game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They still won.
Be that as it may.
Well, they came back.
As may, he got on and he scored the run. That's what he did what he was supposed to do.
Exactly
not a problem.
What he was supposed to do.
All right.
Thank you. Seen this from the San Francisco Zoo. I was told we have enough time to show you this video. It's adorable little penguins who are arriving in the San Francisco Zoo, and we have the moment where they were walking in, I believe. We don't.
Yes, no, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe
Yay?
at 10 o'clock tonight.
No. Oh, it won't let us do it.
Okay.
10 o'clock tonight. Cute little waddle.
That's a good
It's adorable. It is adorable.
Yeah. There's your tease.
Okay, we've been looking forward to it all night. We'll have it for you tonight at 10. Have a good night.
Welcome to the KTLA News at 10. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Brandi Hitt. A last-minute deal to raise the U.S. borrowing limit was reached tonight, but it is not a done deal just yet.
President Barack Obama made the announcement and urged Congress to do the right thing and approve the tentative agreement. David Begnaud live at the newsroom.
The owner of the Oakland A's is now calling on Frank McCourt to sell the Dodgers and end his bitter feud with baseball commissioner Bud Selig.
All right. Rain in August in Southern California, I got to tell you, very unusual.
Very unusual. It was pouring in some areas. Jim Castillo, is this going to be...
We'll see you then. Well, 2 weeks of thrill spills and extreme competition coming to an end tonight.
The 2011 X Games are now in the books, and KTLA's Dave Meekum is live in downtown.
Sight in the skies above Santa Paula this weekend. Hot air balloons and a lot of them.
KTLA's Chip Yost dropped in on the Citrus Classic Balloon Festival and shows us what it takes to get those balloons in the air.
Watch.
Well, if you ask most brides, and they would do almost anything to wear a designer wedding dress for their big day. And for one Navy couple, that dream, they have to watch this one. Several videos have surfaced of what appears to be an angry police officer in Ohio. The language so offensive and threatening, these tapes have gone viral.
As Eric Mansfield reports, at least one group wants the officer to turn in his badge. Therapy,
Well, maybe just
counseling, anger management. Well, the Canton Police Department has not returned repeated calls for comment on this officer's actions. Still to come, Welcome back. Our big story tonight, a compromise on the federal debt was finally reached tonight between Democratic and Republican congressional leaders.
President Obama ended up making the big announcement earlier, but then he came out and also urged lawmakers on Capitol Hill to try and quickly approve the tentative deal, because the deal is it's tentative. We do not know if this is going to pass the House and the Senate. We have David Begnaud standing by live in the newsroom with the very latest, and I understand Nancy Pelosi's come out. John Boehner, though, we have not heard from just yet, and that's going to be key in this because the House is going to have to pass this bill.
Well, you know, you got the progressives on the left, you got the Tea Party conservatives on the right, and we are hearing noises from both sides. Neither one of them are happy with the deal. The progressives on the left don't like the fact that there are no tax increases. And the Tea Party people, as far as they're concerned, the debt, you know, they did not want to raise the debt limit.
So David Begnaud is standing by for us. The other story today, I think, that got everybody talking was our weather. Not only was it rainy, it was also very humid.
Yeah, I walked out this morning to get the newspaper, which was wrapped in plastic, but it was covered in water, which, you know, you got to pick it up, and it's always a mess. And then about an hour later, it's raining outside. What's going on, Jim?
Yeah, that's a couple of days.
Got the Special Olympics golf tournament sponsored by KTLA tomorrow. Tees off at 11 out in Glendale.
Yes.
Shorts?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a little bit on the muggy side, and it doesn't look like rain there. And I'm going to go for dry weather for the golf tournament.
Good.
Very nice.
We'll take it.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah. I don't know if you saw or heard about this one, but there was a local TV reporter, and she's back at work after she was shot in the hand by a BB gun pellet during her live report. In fact, here's the tape, and you can hear KABC's Leanne Suter struggle a little bit when it happened, but she goes ahead and pushes on through.
In the city by the bay, the birds are back in town.
This weekend, San Francisco Zoo held its annual March of the Penguins, and it is well, that is the KTLA News at 10 for this Sunday night. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, for news updates throughout the night, you just have to go to KTLA.com.
And be sure to wake up for the KTLA Morning News beginning at 4:30, but don't go away because Steve Hartman is here now with Sports Final on a Sunday night.